What's going on, guys? Carlos here. Today I want to talk about touch and goes with my Adex Mace. Touch and goes, I'm going to show you what they look like and then we're going to talk about them. Shoot. 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 Touch and goes, one of my favorite movements when it comes to working with my Adex Mace. The reason being is because you can get your heart rate jacked up through the roof, and it really mimics like a HIIT style type workout when you start incorporating these in some of your workout blocks. So building up to the touch and go, what exactly do you have to do? How do you start? Where exactly does the muzzle of the mace touch? All these questions we're going to answer today. So when you're first starting to do the touch and goes, you obviously first need to have a 360. If you don't have a good controlled 360, then you're not ready to do the touch and goes. If you have a 360, start with the touch and goes at a lightweight and then slowly work your way up. You need to have a good 360 with your right and your left side. This isn't going to be a 360 video, but there are tons of videos out there that show you how to do a 360. Once you have the 360 down on the right and left side controlled, and you can own that center point, that home base, that order position, which is right here, then you are ready to move forward with touch and goes. So the next portion of this is you're going to catch the muzzle here at this little hourglass of the mace. So as I catch this, I'm going to use this opposite hand to control the mace to make sure that it stays close to my body. What I don't want to do is I don't want this mace to come all the way out and me have to reach for it. That's how you blow out your back. That's how you end up with problems, or you end up hitting somebody around you. So when you're doing a mace 360, watch how I catch the mace and I control it with this hand. I catch the mace and then I bring it down. If you notice, this mace comes to a T, pretty much perpendicular to the long axis of my body. So here, I have to control where the muzzle of this mace is. I'm gonna have to bring it closer to my body, and I pretty much want a 90 degree in my elbow joint. From here, I'm gonna perform the 360 again, and then I'm gonna catch at the muzzle, and then bring it straight down. Now, if you have to start with a lighter weight with this, that's okay. Start with a lighter weight, and then work your way up to it. If you notice, this bottom hand, which actually is my top hand here, turns into my bottom hand, controls where this muzzle goes. As I bring it around, I'll show you what it looks like without the mace. As I do that 360, right, and it comes down, my bottom hand goes and catches the mace, but this hand controls the movement to make sure that it stays close to my body. If I don't do that, then this thing's gonna go all the way out and you're gonna have to reach for it, which isn't gonna be good for your back, especially as weight gets heavier. So here I control, see how I'm controlling it? And then I catch with this hand. Here, I don't want this to control as far as like how the momentum, you don't want to do this. You want to control it. And this is one of the benefits, just like kettlebells, you get this cross-body stabilization because one side is being loaded and one side is not. However, you do need control with the opposite side, otherwise it won't work. From here, once you've owned that position, you're ready to move on to the actual touch and go. When you're going with the touch and go, this mace, the muzzle of this mace, is going to touch right in front of my foot. That's where I like to do it. And also keep in mind that the mace is going to stay close to my body. So your starting position is going to be with the muzzle of this mace right in front of your foot. Your feet are going to be just a tad bit wider than shoulder width. One hand's going to start on the pommel. One hand's going to start toward the muzzle of the mace. From here, I'm going to toss it up, own the position, go, stays close to my body, catch toward the muzzle. This comes down and it touches right in front of my shoe or your toes. What you don't want to do is have this come all the way out in front of you. If it comes all the way out in front of you, you're probably doing it wrong, and you're gonna lose some stability, and you have a chance to hurt your back. So try to keep this as close to your toe as possible without smashing it. 360 catch. This controls exactly where the muzzle of this weight goes, and where the weight is going to be distributed. See that? Boom. Right here. It's almost like I come to a seatbelt position, and then I come down. And also, as you come down, this is a squat position, not a hinge. So keep that in mind. As I catch this, I'm coming to a squat, tossing, stays close to your body, come down, touch. That right there, guys, is the touch and go with the Adex Mace. There's more advanced versions of this where you can come up on your toes as the weight gets heavier and you start to get into this triple extension. This is where the weight and the movement starts to get really fun. We'll talk about that in another video. Guys, any questions? Please feel free to leave them in the comments. We're always here to help. That's it.